I tell you what, I sure will never forget that deer right there. That's my biggest bow buck to date, and fortunate enough to come off my home place. It's going to be hard to beat that one at the house. But it's one place you can beat it. It's in South Texas. Let's talk about South Texas. South Texas is probably some of the, if not the best hunting in the world. And we're headed to the Lincoln Bow Ranch. It is in the heart of the Golden Triangle in Webb County. And let me tell you, there are absolute giants down there. This place is a do-it-yourself hunt. There's no stands, no feeders. He has a few feeders on the place that he feeds throughout the year, but he shuts them off or slows them way down come bow season. And these deer are hard to pattern. They just kind of run amok and run all over. And at the beginning of November, the bucks are starting to kind of separate and try to find out where they're going to be. And so there's no telling what will pop out. It's hard hunting. And me and Frog say if you're not bruised, sore, and bleeding by the end of it, you need to start over because you're not doing it right. So here we go. South Texas, Lincoln Bow Ranch. Here we come. Let the good times roll. Well, as you can tell, there's not really a whole lot of rolling going on right here. About the only rolling happening here is Frog rolling into town to get us a new tire. But it only took a couple of hours, and not exactly the start we wanted, but we got it all under control. Got back on the road, and the next thing you know, we were coming through the Lincoln Gate. Just a few hours late. But that's okay. We're still here. Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? Well, first afternoon here in Lincoln, down in South Texas, and it is hot. Man, is it hot. It's like 98, but that's alright. Got a little bit of a breeze. The sun is baking me, as you can tell. But It's supposed to really cool off tomorrow, so we're hoping that'll do. It's 98 today. It's supposed to be a high of 80 tomorrow. 50 something in the morning, so we're ready for that. Anyway, we're just gonna kind of sit here, get our feet wet on this till, see how this little setup works out. I'm overlooking a food plot that was, they don't have anything planted in it, but it's got a feeder and some cottonseed in the middle. The feeder's not feeding very much, if any, but these deer still come through here and check on it, so got a pretty good trail out in front of us, and I've been seeing a good deer in here. They were telling us about last night, so we're excited about it. Got Frog down on the road coming in, and he's got him a pretty good spot too, so I don't think there is no bad spots in South Texas. All you gotta do is sit and wait. So here we go. So Mother Nature wasn't real kind to us. She let it cool down. It's about 50 degrees this morning when this little fella showed up. But with that 50 degrees become gusting winds that could not make up their mind which way they wanted to blow. So the wind was kind of swirling, and these deer were, I would imagine, picking up a scent they didn't like. But they came on in and gave us a little look. And right here you'll see the javelinas showed up. And this guy here, you'll notice he keeps switching back and forth on his directions and smelling in the air. And the wind was just, could not make up its mind which way it wanted to blow, and it had us and the animals confused. And I don't know that they winded us, but it just made them real cautious. And the bigger deer completely shut down during the daytime. They started moving only at night. We were working on a new moon at this time too, so they were just starting to come out later and later as we were there. And you'll see this is a pretty good sized pack of javelinas. And they never did come into range. They're about 60, 70 yards right here, and they just kind of ease their way around. And this fella here showed up. This was the third morning. He actually became a regular. I got to seeing him in the evenings and the mornings. And if you'll take a close look at him, you'll notice one horn looks like it's growing out of the side of his head. And he's got a knot on his forehead right between his eyes where something hit him hard or he hit something hard. And it split his forehead and bent that horn over where it's sideways now. And we started to take him, but then we decided he's still just a little bit young and he's got some growing he can still do. So we're just going to keep an eye on him and see what happens with him. And this is a doe here that became pretty much a regular. I got to seeing her, and you're about to see another doe come walking in. And she's already made one mistake. When she came in, or came out behind me, she started snorting and blowing at me, trying to get everybody ran off. And then she comes in here, breaks rule number 2, picking on other deer and running them off the corn as she makes her way back over to it. Then you'll see this little nubbin buck right here come in. He's actually an orphan. And right here she breaks rule number 3, and it's also strike 3 when she goes over and picks on the babies. And right here I draw back and she realized she just messed up. And if you'll look close, you can see my arrow go by. And unfortunately, that's all I have on camera because she moved. Well, You can't snort at me and then come in here and be mean to everybody. You just can't do it. She moved right as I shot. I don't think the shot's on film. I'm sorry. She moved as I drew back. She was quartering to me. And she moved right as I shot. But it's still a deadly shot. She's not going to go too far, I don't think. The fun part's going to be going and finding her. We'll give her just a little bit. We got meat on the table. That's what we came for. Ladies, you gotta act right. I know what y'all are thinking. Jason, did you get the deer? Yes, as a matter of fact, I did get the deer. But in order to keep this a shorter video and not have it be 3 days long, I've had to break this week down into 2 parts. So stay tuned for the second part where we take a look at tracking this deer, because if you've never seen tracking in South Texas and just how fun it is, we're going to show you in the next video. And then we're going to recap Frog's week and do the tracking and everything on the deer that he took. And final week pictures and all that stuff will be on the next video. Until I see y'all next time, we'll see y'all in the pasture somewhere.